From our perspective, in following an evaluation we did with members, organizations are familiar with the 8 Istanbul principles like human rights and social justice, gender equality and women's rights, but they still need hands-on tools to help them translate these abstract principles into practice that will inform their work on the ground. And we feel that the guide helps do that. The guide focuses on 2 of those principles, human rights, in particular human rights-based approaches, and equitable partnership. This guide was a collaborative effort developed by the Canadian Council for International Cooperation, the Coady International Institute, and équitables, the International Centre for Human Rights Education.
Donc le guide aide à démystifier l'approche sur les droits humains parce qu'il donne des outils vraiment concrets sur la mise en œuvre de cette approche. Les participants sont invités à réfléchir sur leur propre conception des droits humains et également à réfléchir sur leur programme en tant que tel et comment est-ce qu'ils peuvent utiliser les droits humains pour renforcer et améliorer leur pratique de développement.
The fact that the guide was piloted with real people, tested with development practitioners in Canada, it gave us the opportunity to work with them to develop and expand on how practically this could be used.
Well, the main guiding elements are using the human rights standards as the foundation for all development work, and in addition to providing a common framework of analysis and a different framework of analysis, it also provides a common language to talk about the issues, the language of human rights.
Les approches fondées sur les droits apportent une légitimité aux actions de développement, parce que les droits humains, ce sont des obligations sur lesquelles les États se sont engagés. Donc ça articule vraiment nos actions de développement dans le cadre d'obligations et d'engagement des États dans lesquels on travaille.
But also looking at non-state actors, corporations for example. So who is it that is accountable for ensuring that these rights are respected?
We often think of partnership as the means to the end. Rather than an end in of itself. Partnerships are not just about a project necessarily. They can be. There's a whole spectrum of partnership and forms of collaboration. But if we're talking about the way in which people work together and the how they work together as much as the why, the partnership, then you've got to concentrate on how you can actually make that even more effective and how you can make it more equitable. And I like to think that this is about the how. How do you start having those conversations with the partners that you're working with so that it's about the relationship?
If you want to help others in your organization learn how to use this approach, well, it's also a training guide. So we also provide tips and tools for training others.
Je pense que le guide en tant que tel est un outil très complet qu'on a essayé de le faire le plus facile à utiliser, le plus facile à mettre en œuvre pour les organisations. On va retrouver à la fois des fiches de référence, des activités très détaillées, spécifiques, qui incluent aussi des informations pour ceux qui vont utiliser le guide et les animer.
Keeps it very practical on how you can improve the way in which you work with people to achieve development results.
Using a human rights-based approach will make my results more relevant to the people and more equitable, and this is how to do it.
A lot of people thought initially, oh, partnerships, we know all about that. We work with people all the time. And I think they were surprised just at how much they learned about their own approaches to working. Even those organizations that have done a lot of work with partners stopped to think about how they might approach working with partners a little bit differently as a result. And that's ultimately the goal.
Geez, I'm going to go tell people who are working on the ground every day how to include yet another framework into the work that they're doing. But it was something they were really interested in, and the fact that it was so practical and the fact that we focused on their work. The feedback that we got during the session was that's what they appreciated the most, was that they could actually see how what we were doing could be applied within the work of their organization, a specific project they were working on.